Hey my officials, welcome back to another video and welcome if you're new. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. Welcome to It's Officially Michele Family. I'm so happy that you're here and that you're subscribed. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I would suggest that you subscribe to my channel. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey guys, what's up? Nice to see you again. And without further ado, we're just gonna jump straight into this video. In today's video, I'm actually speaking about things that I've learned in my 20s while I'm doing my makeup. So I really do hope that you guys enjoy this type of content, and if this is type of content that you would like to see me do a little bit more here on my channel, just let me know in the comments. Hey guys, so I just wanted to come on and do a get ready with me, but I am going to be doing a chatty get ready with me today. I'm actually getting ready to leave the house. I have somewhere to be, so I'm just gonna do that. I am using my MAC Studio Fix in NW47, and what I used on my brows would have been MAC as well. It's just been pretty easy for me to get to. So I have the NC45 in one of the concealers, and then I have the NC50. I use the NC45 underneath, and then I use the NC50 on the top because it gives a less of a halo effect. But in today's video, I really wanted to do a chit chat get ready with me. I really don't like, and you guys already know if you are new here, I really don't like doing get ready with me's and not making it be a chatty one. I personally prefer to watch chatty get ready with me's, and of course, so I'm gonna do the same on my YouTube channel. And for those of you who don't know what this is the Milk Hydro Grip. You can get it from Sephora. I really don't know how I feel about using a primer, but because I purchased it, I decided to just use it. And I use a beauty sponge sometimes to apply my concealer. But in today's chit chat girl talk, or chit chat get ready with me, I kind of wanted to do some things that I learned in my 20s. I just wanted to share with you guys. For those of you who don't know, I am in my 30s. I am 32, and I feel like this would be a very helpful chit chat girl talk type of video, just because I do get a lot of comments from people really just asking me different questions, and I would assume that they are either in my age group or they're a little bit younger than me. I do have a wider range of followers here on my YouTube, so I think that this video can also be helpful to people who are in their 30s. I think it's just as applicable to people in your 30s because life is life and things can happen at different stages in some of our lives. So the first thing that I kind of wanted to speak of, things that I've learned in my 20s, and I kind of made some notes. So okay, so one of the first things that I would say that I've learned in my 20s is not to wait to do anything that I really want to do. Be very fearless to get into groups that you want to get into, start that business that you want to do. The longer you wait to do them, to start it, it's kind of like the harder it is to start it. And I'm not in any way, shape or form saying that you don't need to, if you feel that way in your 30s, that you shouldn't do it. But I'm just of the opinion that, okay, in your 20s, you have sometimes a lot more opportunity, or you have opportunity to do a lot of things that you may not get in your 30s. So I think that if you are someone that is young and have a lot going on for them, and you want to do whatever it is that you want to do in your 20s, you should definitely go for it. Don't let insecurities affect you, because I feel like half the time we don't do the things that we want to do because we're very insecure, or our confidence is not where it needs to be. And I don't really think, had I known, I would have done a lot of things faster. I wouldn't have been afraid to do a lot of things, is what I'm really trying to say. But yeah, so that would be one of the things that I would recommend. Just make sure that if you want to do something, especially when you're in your 20s, just go ahead and do it. Now I'm just gonna go in with this concealer under my eyes. I just use a little bit of the NC50 just because it's not as bright as the NC45, but yeah. So the next thing that I've learned, I think when I was in my 20s, I would say my late 20s going into my 30s, is it's better to distance yourself from people, even if it's kind of hard. If it is that you realize that the person is not, or the people that you're around, sometimes they're not worth the energy, or if they're not worth your energy. Now, I am not someone for cutting off people. I really don't believe in like burning bridges, because I feel like you just never know, especially if the person didn't really do anything to you like that. But I do believe that if it is that you think that you're going down a certain path and you feel that, let's say, that friend or that family or that boyfriend is not going down that same path as you, it's okay to, you know, maybe break off that relationship or just distance yourself from those type of people. If it is that you feel like you're around negative people a lot in your 20s, I think that that's the perfect time to really do stuff like that. I know sometimes it could be hard to just like distance yourself from what you already know, but I think while you're young in your 20s, it's really time for you to be uncomfortable. And when I say uncomfortable in a good way, yeah, not uncomfortable in a bad way, but I just think not that at that time is where it's easy for you to, you know, make new friends and, you know, do the things that you really want to do in life. And to follow up with that, I think the third thing that I would say that I've learned in my 20s, and I think it became like in my late 20s, is to put your friends in categories. You know, I think that a lot of times, some of us, not everybody, because I know I have people who, you know, their friendships, and even me being friends with them, I am in a specific category which I have no issue being in. But that's something that I think I've learned. I think you have to have a tribe of good people around you, if it's men or women or a combination. And I think that you need to decipher, and I think that you should do that in your 20s, decipher who is there for you and who is not there for you. Decipher who you think are like, let's say if it is that the person is just like a party friend, not someone that if you're going through something that you'd really want to speak to about that particular thing. I think it's very important for you to decipher who your friends, how your friends are, and just put them in categories, and then that way, like, expectations for certain things, it won't be there. That's something that I think I had to learn, and I learned it very late, that, you know, you put your friends in categories. All of your friends don't need to know everything about you, because at the end of the day, there are people who you have a good time with when you go out and party, and then there are people who, if you're buying a piece of land or you're making very certain types of decision in your life that you would prefer or you should probably go to, as they will give you like better advice. I think it's also important to have different types of friends as well, of all types of age groups. I think that's me. I like to have like different age groups of friends. I know I was talking to someone the other day, and they were telling me that, oh, why would you want to hang out with somebody who's in their 40s or something like that? And I was like, why not? People that age are fun. People that age have a lot of knowledge that they can impart on you, and they just bring a different feel, a different perception to things. Sometimes you're going through something and they just bring a different vibe. So I think it's very important to kind of categorize your friends. There are people who, and I'm not saying it in a bad way for anyone to take it like in a bad way. I'm really just saying that there are people who only come to me for advice, and I know I'm that friend that gives good advice. Like, other than that, we don't hang out a lot, or we don't lime a lot, or it's not something that it's not a friendship like that. So I think when you put your friends in different categories, you have different expectations, and you know exactly who you can go to if you need information on a certain topic, if you need information on getting certain types of information, or even if you need advice. There are friends that I go to when I'm having relationship issues. I'm just gonna go to them. And then there are other friends that I just won't go to them in reference to like my relationship issues or whatever it is that I'm going through. And although sometimes some of us don't have a lot of friends, which I feel like I don't really have a lot of friends. I feel like I have a very small friendship group, if that makes any sense. But there are different people that I go to for different things. I just feel more comfortable, and I think that that's very important. And I think it's just all having a good tribe around you. You want to make sure you have like different groups of people of different age groups, because I feel like every age group in your life kind of imparts a certain type of experience, knowledge. I have friends that are younger than me that I'm good with. I also have friends that are older than me that I'm very good with as well. So I feel like it's just very important to kind of categorize your friends. Sometimes too, the people that you're liming with, you really may not want to tell them your business, but they are really fun to hang out with. They're really good people to like, you vibe with them when y'all are out. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're like your friend if you are going through something really deep that you need to confess your sins to that person. So I think that's what, when I speak about categorization, and also it allows friendships to be a little bit easier too. And that's something that I had to learn in my 20s. Like, every friend is different, every friendship relationship is different, and having that category of different friends, different types of friends, I think is very important. And I think it's something that personally you should want to do, because I also get a lot of questions. I remember getting this question about friendship, and this girl was like, she's always like, not like, people are kind of always doing her dirty in a kind of way. And I kind of said to her, you know, well, maybe they're only your friends that you party with. Maybe you don't really want to tell them your business. And sometimes it's not about the other people, it's really about you, because to them, you know, y'all just hang out and have a good time. It's not that serious. Whereas to you, it's like, okay, she's serious, we always hang out, and I'm just gonna tell her all of my business, and that's the friendship that we have. So sometimes when we do go through these different friendship issues, it may not be the friends, it may also be us, because we probably did not take a step back and be like, hey, you know, these girls are really like my party friends. But like, if I really need to speak to someone, I'll go to, let's say, if it's my sister, or I'll just go to this other friend who doesn't really party and hang out, and we just have that relationship, and she really gives me good advice. So I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but that's just what my advice would be. Or not even advice, but I think that that was one of the things that I've learned a lot in my 20s. I'm like, I feel like I'm doing a lot more talking than I'm actually putting on my makeup. So hold on. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna go do my little contour. I normally just go in with the makeup forever. Excuse this mess, but I normally just go in with the makeup forever. But yeah, so the next thing that I think I've learned in my 20s is to basically just be open to different opportunities, be open to growth, be open to learning. Sometimes when we're at that age, we feel like we have gone through it, and I feel like we know the most about life, and sometimes I've learned that we don't. Life is literally a journey. Like, I don't know who told us that it stops at a particular time, but life is literally a journey, and it's really how you want to live your journey. And I think it's very important as a young person, I'd always recommend as a young person to just be very open to learning, be open to growing, be open to like believing in yourself kind of thing. Just because you want to make sure that you are taking in, and not just taking in and not applying it, but taking in and actually applying it where it needs to be applied. It's not everything you learn is gonna need to be applied at a particular time, but I think y'all get my gist. Like, I think y'all get what I'm saying. I hope y'all are getting what I'm saying. that was actually something that was said to me by an older woman. She's like, you know, you're in your 20s, now is your time to learn a lot, now is your time to grow, and never think that anyone has not or have not taught you anything. Every single thing is actually a learning experience. It just depends on how you decide to take in that learning experience or to grow from it. So the next thing that I learned in my 20s is, if you feel like it's a wrong thing, doesn't matter what it is, if you feel wrong about something, if something doesn't feel right, do not do it. Do not do it. Listen to your instincts a lot. If you meet someone and the person just doesn't feel right, don't force it. You know, just don't entertain a particular, if it's a conversation, or if you meet a friend that, you know, you feel is just something is just not right about that person, listen to your instincts a lot. I think that has helped me a lot in my life in general. I think at first I always had instincts but never really always listened to them. And I think as I got older in my 20s, that was something that I started to listen to by the grace of God. But I actually started to just listen to my instincts and just listen to myself. And with me doing that, it turned my life around a lot. Just making sure that I'm okay and I'm feeling okay with the decisions that I am actually making, feeling very secure in the decisions that I'm actually making. So I would definitely recommend that as something, if you are someone who just be a little bit more into yourself and your circumstances, and listen to your feelings. If something is not right, if someone has a, hey, let's go out, and you're really not in the mood and something is just telling you not to go, don't go. My next thing that I think I learned while I was in my 20s is the importance of saving. It's very important to save. That's something that I was told again by an older woman, and she was just like, little full up basket. And it's just very important to save. And sometimes I know that we want to look fancy and we want to look nice, especially when you're in your 20s. But you just also have to think sometimes about your future, or for wet days, is what we say in the Caribbean. I don't know if Americans say it, but we say like save for wet days, save for if something could happen, because at the end of the day, you just really never know what can happen to you as a young person. And you just want to make sure that, you know, you're saving and that you are setting yourself up for like a better situation, especially when you hit your 30s. And saving is just overall important. Like if someone is in a bind and they need assistance, if something happens to a family member, just having a little something stashed away is important. And I know sometimes, you know, you're not making that much, but at least just save like a little $20 every salary. And trust me, like when I say it goes a long way, it goes a long way. But that's something that I actually learned in my 20s. My eyebrows, my lashes normally don't look very even, but yeah, but that's something that I actually learned in my 20s, is that, you know, it's just very important for us as young people to just make sure that we have a savings and that we're actually saving. So the next thing that I would say that I learned while I was in my 20s, it would be the fact that it's kind of okay to fail. So let's say you start a business or you're doing something and you didn't pass it, or whatever the situation may be. It's just very important to feel that, oh, you know what, okay, I failed this particular thing, but then okay, what am I gonna do to fix it? So I think that that should really be the attitude that you have, especially when you're in your 20s. Like if you fail something in life, we're all gonna have failures, but it's not always at the detriment of ourselves. Sometimes it's just, you know, we fail or it wasn't for us, so we failed it, you know. But I have learned that it's actually okay to fail, because sometimes I feel like when you fail, something else comes into play, and then your blessings kind of start to show, because that thing that you really wanted maybe just was not for you. And to follow off of that, I would say the next thing is, don't be afraid to start over. Starting over is actually pretty nice, and especially if you are younger, would know, like, let's say, real responsibilities or kids or anything like that. And I think even at any age, starting over is just a good feeling. It gives you an opportunity to be the person that you really want to be. So I would say that don't be afraid to start over. Let's say something happens or a relationship fails. Yes, you are gonna grieve about it, but don't be afraid to just like start over from that particular situation. Or let's say you started a business, it didn't go as planned. Don't give up on it. If anything, just go back to the drawing board and just start over. Like, failing and starting over is something that I feel like we all have to go through in life, and I feel like the moment you start embracing it is the moment that good things kind of come your way kind of way. And I think that that's just very important. So I would say, if it is that you feel like you are at that point where you need to start over, or you're at that point where you need to go back to the drawing board because you're working on something, or if you want to, whatever it is that you want to do, just don't be afraid that if you fail, that you can also start over. And starting over fresh sometimes is better. Alright guys, so this is basically it for the face. As you guys know, I always do the same face basically all the time, but this is my go-to face look, and I am now going to kind of do a little bit with my hair. But I kind of wanted to speak about my hair because it is featuring on the channel today. And the hair that I'm wearing is from ilikehair. You guys know that I've worked with them. I will leave my first initial video with them in my description box below, along with this unit. And it is basically an iPad unit that has like New Roots technology in it. And how that works is that it allows you to have very minimal leave out. Like, this is the leave out that I have. Like, my leave out is so thin and so minimal, but that's what I love about it, because it allows me to have everything else under my hair very secured. So I would definitely recommend this unit. Again, I will leave some inserts of me kind of installing this unit and just sharing with you guys a little bit of how the New Roots technology looks. It's very nice. I love it. I love working with this company as well. They are like very nice. So I'd like to thank Lauren for sending me over this unit. I am in love with it. And what I am going to do now though, I am going to just put a little bit of I'm gonna put a little bit of, I'm gonna flat iron the top part of it, and then I'm just gonna leave it in its natural state. So this is basically where I'm going to close out this video. But before I close out the video, I did want to give my two last points on some of the things that I've learned in my 20s. And I would say the second to last thing that I've learned is that you have to make sure that you're always confident in yourself. I think that that's something that you should do at any particular age, but I think that finding and being that confident person in your 20s will take you a long way. It will allow you to go a long way, just because you'll be a little bit more fearless. You'll be doing the things that you really want to do, and you won't be as afraid to do them. As I said earlier, it's better to start early, and I think once you're confident and you're able to, you know, go for the things that you want to do, you will do it, and it's normally successful. Don't let anyone else's insecurities let it come over to your insecurities. Just always be confident in yourself, love yourself. And if you know that you have like low self-esteem, or you are not as confident in yourself, in your 20s is really the time for you to start working on that confidence. I know that's what I did. I really became my most confident, I think, once I hit 30. But it is a journey when it comes to just being a confident person, confident in yourself. And if you're around people who are playing on your insecurities and not making you feel as confident and are not boosting you up as they should, you should clock that. You should watch it. You should make a note of it, and just surround yourself with people who are going to push you, who are going to help you with that confidence journey that you're on. So that would be my second to last thing when it comes to things that I've learned in my 20s. And the final thing that I think I've learned, or I'm willing to share that I've learned in my 20s, is that time waits on no man. Time is not to be wasted. Time is very precious, because once that time is gone, that time is gone. So I would really just say that if it is that you are someone that's in your 20s, just don't waste your time on doing things that you don't really want to do. Don't waste your time on being around people that you don't want to be around. Don't waste your time around being around people who are not for you genuinely, especially if you notice it. Don't waste your time being second fiddle to any man, woman, child, anything. Don't waste your time being that type of thing. Just don't waste your time in general. Go out and use your time, as time is very precious. Follow the passions that you want to do. Do the things that you want to do. If you want to lose that weight, take the time out to lose weight, or take the time out to invest in yourself. Investing in yourself is very important, and that's why I did speak about confidence, and all of that is a part of that journey. So when you are in your 20s, I would say not to waste your time. Make sure you save your money. If you want to do trips and you want to go to all these places, save towards the things that you want to save towards the business that you want to open. Don't waste time, because time is very precious and you can't get it back. Like, you cannot go back. And so those are some of the things that I would say that I have learned while I've been in my 20s. I've gone through it, and I think that all of these points that I mentioned are things that really resonated with me while I was going through my 20s. They're things that I picked up while I was going through my 20s, and I just think it's very important that I share that with my subscribers. So yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this little video, this little get ready with me, and let me know in the comments if you would like me to do like more get ready with me and more chit chat videos like this, where I speak about like particular topics. I have been asking and nobody's been saying anything, but just let me know, and I will definitely do videos surrounding girl talk and chit chat and all of that good stuff, because I like to talk. I like to have girl talks and stuff. But yeah, so that's basically where I'm gonna end this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit on that post notification bell so that you can know when I upload new videos. And for all of my subscribers, new and returning, thank you so much for supporting me, and thank you so much, and I will talk to you guys in my next upload. Bye.